Hey guys, it is Michelle Diggs Fiction, and I'm back with a wrap-up video for April. So, like I said in the last video, I did read 6 out of the 8 books that I picked out, which is pretty good. So proud of myself. Compared to the first 3 months of the year, I'm just so happy. So, what's funny about this stack is that each book has its own rating. So there's no 2 4 stars or 2 3 stars, etc. So I thought that was really nice, and it's just easy to remember which one had what. So let's get started. So, as usual, I always start with the lowest rated book and then work my way up to the highest rated book that I read. So, first book. So, I was a little nervous about this book, and I was right because you guys will recognize the author. So, my lowest rated book out of the 6 is Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. So, I did give it a 3.75, which to me is a minimum of still a good book ish. I mean, it's still good because of the smut. So if you love smut, but you want something a little different, this is a nice book to read, just to read something different compared to the usual type of smut books. So in the beginning of the book, the author Penelope Douglas does mention that this is a standalone book. However, she recommends you read the Tryst Venom 6, I believe that's what it's called, first before you read the Five Brothers book, because the first book, Tryst Venom 6, is based on the youngest sibling, which is the sister, and she attends this prep academy. And of course, I think Penelope Douglas is also known for bully romance smut books, so I believe it's also a bully romance book. And so this girl, the sister, falls in love with her bully, and vice versa. And the best friend is also in the best friend of the bully is in the first book as well, but she's actually the main female character in this book. So quite interesting. Now, Penelope Douglas does bring up events that happen in the first book in this book. So, I mean, personally, I don't really care for the characters, really. I mean, I think I liked one or two characters, but still, I don't care enough to read the other books or any other new book she comes out with pertaining to this ragtag of siblings and other people that's in this, or other characters that's in this book. It's just a one-time deal for me. I mean, it was a different smut book, but it was a little too brooding at times, which I don't mind brooding characters, but I don't like when brooding characters are way too long broody. It's kind of ruins the book a little bit. So, and that's just from one character, really. So, yeah, if you want something different, a different type of smut book, yeah, go ahead, read this. Gave it a 3.75. So, the next book that I read, I gave it a 4 stars, which is The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind. So, first time as well reading her book. I believe she's making this as a duology. I'm not sure if it's going to be a duology or trilogy, but I have a feeling I think it is a duology from what I saw on Goodreads. So I gave it a 4 stars, and to be honest, like I was going in between 3.75 to 4, but I really did like some of the characters, and I like that the main female character is not totally perfect. She is a thief. So that is a little different. I don't really read a lot of books where the main character is a thief. So this is a type of heist book, if you're curious. So, and I don't really read a lot of heist. Like, I think this is my first heist book, I think. So I thought it was a nice read. I do look forward to the second book. I hope it's just as good as the first book. And this one is a special sprayed edge book. So I think I might keep this book for now until I read the second book, and then from there decide whether I'm going to keep the whole series or not. So I definitely recommend this romantasy. If you like romantasy and you like a female male female main character that's not totally perfect, and I do like the main male character as well. So what I like about this book as well is that if you like universal monsters, that's what this world is about. Like, there's werewolves, vampires, warlocks, witches, I mean anything and everything with monsters. So it's humans and monsters that live together, and there's like this treaty that you can't break between the monsters. So if you do, then you'll die, etc. So it's just that type of thing where and it's a little bit dystopia as well, which is nice too. So I did that's another element that I did like. I'm starting to like dystopia books lately. So yeah, I definitely recommend The Wren and the Holly Library. So again, I gave it 4 stars. So the next book that I liked was Electric Idol, which is the second book in the Dark Olympus series by Katie Robert. And I did give this a 4.25 rating. I did like this a little bit more compared to Neon Gods because, first of all, the main female character is a plus-size girl. I was like, yes. And I surprisingly did like Eros, the main male character. And I like that he's a hitman, what do you call it, assassin. Like, I like that element. Because I do like that type of character as well, like assassins, hitman type of characters. So that was a really nice addition to his character. And I also did like the main, or the MFC's character as well. I actually was thinking of getting the special edition of this book, but I'm still on the fence about it. So that's how much I liked it. It was just a really good. I really like this book compared to I like this book better than the first one. And would I reread it? Maybe in another 3 years or something. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this book from the Dark Olympus series. Okay, so the next book that I read. Okay, so I almost did not read this book out of the stack. I was going to read a different historical fiction book, and one of them was The French Gift. Because it was shorter. It was already towards the end of April, and I'm like, I only have 4 days left. I'm better off reading a shorter book. But I am part of the 52 book club group on Facebook. And I usually post a photo of my TBR every month, and I like to see comments of what people think of the books that I picked and what they rated, or what they like, what they didn't like, etc. And I had 2 commenters that said they really loved Peach Blossom Spring by Melissa Fu. And I was like, you know what? I think I can read this in 4 days, and I actually did in the last 4 days of April, so I'm really proud of myself, because I believe this is over 300 pages, or actually close to 400. I think it's like 381 or something like that. So yeah, and the reason why I was able to do that is because this was actually, I mean, they weren't kidding. Both the commenters said they really loved this book. Even one of them said they would love to reread this again, or like be able to experience the first time reading it again. That's how good it was to her. So I did read this, and I loved it as well. I do give this a 4.5 rating, and the reason why is that I have mentioned before I am half Filipino, half Mexican, so the half Asian of me understands. I mean, really, you don't have to be Asian to understand the generational. Because I know everyone probably has family members in the past that have went through World War II and, their own thing, whether it's in the Pacific or whether it's in Europe or Hawaii, etc. Just to have that generational family stories and trauma and etc. and how to get over that, or how did they get through that. And I really did like this generational family story. This is the first fictional book I believe she ever wrote, Melissa Fu, because I was curious what other books she wrote, and I think the other books that she wrote were like more on the nonfiction type ish. So I mean, now I have to admit, the beginning of the book, I noticed on Goodreads a lot of people said the writing is choppy, which I kind of agree. It is a little choppy in the beginning, but I believe the author was trying to give that setting, that atmosphere of a Chinese woman, speaking about her life. Like, you're trying to imagine her speaking in English with an accent. That's how I'm seeing it. So it is a little hard to read in the beginning, but the more that you read this book, the more it just starts getting better and better, and like the different scenarios and locations and what they go through, it's like wow. Now unfortunately, I would not, even though I did really love this book, I would not reread this again, unfortunately. I really do love the cover. It is so gorgeous. If my library was bigger, I would keep it just for this cover. But I have to be mindful of my little library. I had to buy a second bookcase because I was buying more books, and I have to stop at some point. So I am selling this on my Pangobooks site. I will try and put a link to my pangobook shop if you're interested in buying some of the books that I listed. I think I only have 31 books right now, but yeah, I do recommend Peach Blossom Spring. If you really love a good historical fiction book, I highly recommend this book. Okay, the next book. Guys, oh my gosh. This book was almost a 5-star rating for me. Almost. I gave it a 4.75, and it was just so good. And I'm currently reading War for my current May TBR, and I can't stop reading. Today's the first day of me reading the book. I know the first book I was reading this month, it took me 9 days, unfortunately. But today is the first day of reading War, and I'm just so happy I'm back into a book or a series that I really love, and I'm just enjoying it a lot. And I want to keep reading. Guys, I've been awake since 1 p.m. yesterday. I know, crazy. I'm awake for 24 hours because I just want to keep reading, but I'm trying to keep myself awake so I can get back my nighttime routine. I don't want to mess up my sleeping routine. So anyways, sorry for the tangent. So the first book is Pestilence of the Four Horsemen series by Laura Thalassa. I don't know why I keep saying Thalassa. It's Thalassa. Oh my gosh, I love both the main male character and the MFC, like just the whole, like, if you love The Walking Dead and that atmosphere of The Walking Dead, you're gonna love Pestilence, or the Four Horsemen series, because it is a dystopian, apocalyptic type of atmosphere, and you're dealing with the four horsemen. Each four horsemen has their own book, and they all fall in love with a human girl from different parts of the world, which I think is so awesome that she did that. Because, like, this book, it's a Canadian girl, because Pestilence was in the Canadian area, Canada area, excuse me. So, like, right now in the War book, the girl is from Jerusalem. So I really like that aspect of this Four Horsemen series, that each woman is from a different part of the world, and all the four horsemen do fall in love. So yeah, I really love Pestilence's story. The thing I really don't like is that Pestilence, I think he's the only one that has a little, his name is a little bit long, so because, like, war, famine, and death is just easy to, it just comes out of your mouth so easily, but pestilence is like pestilence. You know, because when I'm, like, reading it, I'm like pestilence, you know, because that's a name you don't really give a character, really, unless they're a horseman. So, but anyways, that's probably the only thing I don't like is his name is Pestilence. But anyways, I really enjoy this book. I mean, and there's also side characters that they meet, and it is a little bit sad. There's a little bit of horror or gore. I mean, it has everything. I mean, romance, horror, mystery. I mean, just and your feelings are just gonna go up and down, up and down, up and, I mean, that I love those type of books. I love these type of books. I love it. Like, this is my type of dark romance book that I enjoy. So yeah, really love this. I highly recommend reading the Four Horsemen series so far. So anyways, gave it a 4.75. Sorry about the long. That's how much I love it. Okay, last book. And you guys are probably not going to be surprised that I gave this a 5 stars. So I kind of remember the YouTuber's name that I was mentioning. I believe her name is Alexa Ray. Forgive me for misnaming, or I think that's what it is. But she said this is her favorite romance book, and she actually picked it for a blindly choosing video back in February, and she said it's her absolute favorite romance book of all time. And she convinced me to read it, and she's absolutely right. This is definitely one of the best romance books that I've ever read. My favorite romance book of all time before Archer's Voice was Beauty by Susan Wilson. And I plan to reread that book sometime soon, hopefully. Maybe next year. I did read that book back in high school, and I've always said that was my favorite romance book, but this takes the cake. I mean, Archer's Voice, 5 stars. 5 stars. And I definitely want to get the special edition book with the sprayed edge and the annotate. I think it's annotated by the author as well. So that's how much I love the book. I can imagine, like, I definitely know for sure I could reread this book in another 3 years or something. Because the only books I really want to keep in my library are books that I would actually reread sometime in the future, you know, just to experience that, those feelings again, the amazing story of Archer's Voice, or the Four Horsemen, etc. So I just, I love this book. I mean, everything from the characters, the story itself, and there's also a little bit of mystery, and I mean, just everything to make this book perfect. Besides that, it's a romance book. I mean, even the love scenes, I mean, I was really shocked the amount of love scenes in this book, and they were really good, really good. So I highly recommend Archer's Voice. For now, I'm gonna keep my paperback copy, And when I finally get the special edition book, I will definitely be selling this as well in my Pango bookshop. So yeah, that is all the books that I read for April, and it was such an amazing month of books. So I hope May will be the same thing as well. So I hope you guys liked my wrap-up video for April, and I hope you guys will be able to have that chance to read the books I recommend, and I hope you like them as well. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!